Hey guys, and welcome back to the Parker family current household, the January update. Got that in one take. Hell yeah. But if you did not know, I do these current households. I've started doing them once a month. I've done them since probably since I did them all of 2021. I did once a month, and then I did one in like 2020 maybe. But yes, here we are with our first of 2022. This was originally going to be the Grace and Dylan wedding episode, but that's next month because Sally's still behind. I hate to say it. She's 10 days behind. So, basically, if you did not know, this is Grant Parker. He is the French adopted son of my main character, Cara Parker Harmon. No, Cara Parker Moon Harmon. And yeah, he was adopted after Kara's divorce from Anuki Moon. Anoki? I googled how to. I think it's Anoki. After her divorce from Anoki, after Grace and Summer were there, Kara left her family to go on an eat, pray, love kind of trip to Paris. And she met this girl named Noelle St. James while she was doing the tomb raiding shit because I was bored. And then we adopted a boy right after because I wanted somebody to continue the Parker name. And so he was retroactively made the son of Noelle St. James from Champs-les-Sims and some dude. Probably because she's married, so I imagine she cheated on her husband. And then that's why Cara and her hung out in France because she was going to adopt her baby. But yes, and so we brought him home. And, my my slutty French son, as I like to call him, he wants to be a master romancer. He is a Sagittarius. He is a young adult. He ages up in 35 days. He likes French music, crepes, and Irish green. I may have adjusted his favorites so he would read as French. That's terrible, but oh well. He loves the outdoors. He's irresistible. He's a schmoozer, artistic, and a heavy sleeper. And he is currently level 4 of the painter career. And he lives with his childhood best friend in Bridgeport at the Bridgeport Armory. And yes, so they're doing their thing. But for January, I was going to do the wedding and have Grant be February, because he's my slutty French son. But people were behind, and I still hadn't dealt with that. And so, yeah. But he'll be going to the wedding. It's of his older sister, Grace, and Dylan Taylor. It's going to be happening next month. But he still has a few more days, and so I had to play him. But he lives with his childhood best friend, Sofia Rivas. She wants to be a one-sim band. She is the daughter of Alex and Kristen Rivas, who were the college friends of Cara Parker Moon Harmon. I think Kristen was her best friend. And then they all lived together packed in like sardines in the apartment in Meadow Glen. They were there. And then they were in some of the other Parker current households. They stayed the longest out of the friends because I liked them the most. But they had a daughter named Sofia who is also a Sagittarius. She also likes French music. She likes Aloo Masala curry and blue. She's a perfectionist, a virtuoso, a light sleeper, ambitious, and a diva. And she ages up in 36 days. And currently, she has a band! So I mentioned that I wanted to do a band with Sofia the last update. And I did it. There's a band. But she is in a band called... Does it not? I mean, I know what the band's called. Band. She's in a band called Sofia and the Starlets. Think Josie and the Pussycats. And she plays the drums. She's trying to play all of the instruments. So she's 3 in guitar, 4 in piano, 3 in bass, and 6 in drums. And so she started this band, Sofia and the Starlets, with Marina Prattle, who I would say debatably is her best friend, and Caroline Custard, who plays the keyboard, and Marina plays the guitar. So, debatably, we need somebody to play the bass, but I'm not really focused on that. I feel like we have 3, it's enough. But yes, Caroline and Marina, they're her bandmates. And I think at some point I want to get her with Tom for a minute. because I think Endgame is Grant and Sofia, you know, childhood friends to lovers. But I want her to date before him, and I feel like I like Tom. And so that's really it for her. She has this acquaintance named Diana, and then Lola Bell she's kind of friends with. I look at Lola Bell as like more of like her mentor, because I think she's involved in the music. Yeah, she's a pop icon. So I imagine she's like one of those like classic, you know, singers or whatever of like 2 or 3 decades ago, you know, but like she's still going. Like people still think she's like really iconic and all that. And so I think Sofia is they have like a mentor-mentee relationship. I think she's the one, because they had a conversation at like one of the parties or whatever, because Grant is sleeping with a rich woman. And so they were both at the party or whatever. And I like to think that Lola Bell's the one who inspired her to start a band, because otherwise she was just doing music at the park or whatever. But now she has a band. So I want her and Lola Bell to become closer friends. I feel like that would be cute. And speaking of Grant sleeping with a rich woman, Grant is currently in a romantic relationship with Lala Angelista, who is dating this dude named Romeo. And then he got in a relationship with our repairwoman, Clara Castillo. And also, he's in a relationship with his older sister's childhood friend, Leah Bourgeois, the one who was pregnant with Noah Howard's baby, but then I wanted to go bowling. So I deleted the pregnancy and I played it off like a miscarriage because they couldn't go bowling. So she obviously had a little bit, her and Noah broke up or whatever, and so she moved to Bridgeport because she wants to be a sculptor. And so yeah. But because Grant wants to woohoo with 5 different places with 5 different sins. I think he's only really woohooed with Lala, and I think it's just Lala. These other 2 romantic relationships are very new. I think he's going to bring Leah as his date to the wedding, and obviously Sophia's going to come. But, like, Leah's going to be his date to the wedding, because Leah was friends with Grace and Dylan. She was in that little subset with Summer, Grace, and Dylan. And I feel like I just want her to go to the wedding. He's also friends with Lola Bell and Marina. And he was flirting with Tiara Angelista, Lala's daughter, at a party or whatever. And then Lala caught them flirting, but she didn't really care that much, so they woohooed. But I want him to get with Tiara Angelista as well. I don't care that she's in a thing with Matthew Hammond. You'll see which Sims I debatably want to be important to the narrative by, like, which ones are made over. Like, I don't just make over the randoms, as you can see, but, like, I'll make over the people that I think might have debatably a role in the storyline. But yes, I'm very excited. And he is currently level 8 in painting and level 8 in sculpting. And we are on week 2, day 5. Fall has set into Bridgeport. And I don't really think much about our house has changed. We still have Michelangelo the goldfish. I don't really think so. We were robbed. They took our shower, but then we called the police and they got it back. But we have a burglar system now because of the robbery. Nothing really about their room has changed. This is Grant's room. This is their little spare bedroom. And then this is Sophia's room. And yeah, I feel like they're just kind of still doing their thing. She is currently texting her friends. And then I think, yeah, he's going to text whomever. He's still sculpting or whatever. I tried to have him take a bit of a break from painting, because I want him to be able to do like ice sculptures and the ones that never melt. So I've had him sculpt more. So for the ice personality thing, you have to have at least 25 ice sculptures, and then that gives you the thing where they don't melt. We've made 5. I would like for eventually, debatably, him to make an ice sculpture of Kara. Like I'd just move her here temporarily, and then I'd make an ice sculpture and then move her back out before she dies. I feel like that would be cute. So I'm having him work on that. And I feel like I want him to make an ice sculpture of Sofia. Oh, yeah. Grant also, when he was a teenager, he was dating this girl named Leona. He was dating Leona North, and they woohooed because her dad was involved in the political battle of Meadow Glen. I feel like I've spoken about it quite a bit, the political battle of Meadow Glen. But so, and he didn't want, and so Grant and her woohooed as teenagers, and she got pregnant, but she didn't tell anybody because she was forced to leave the very next day. She, like, broke up with Grant and then she left. So, the unwed teenage mother part wouldn't affect her father's political campaign. So, yeah, so Grant has a daughter. Her name's Miranda. She's on the family tree. She's cute. She's cute. I tried to have her be born in game or whatever, but she didn't look at all like Grant. I needed her to raise some eyebrows. So I made her look like Grant and created him. I just remade the kid. But who cares? And eventually, I think once Grant's like a bit further into his young adult stage, I think he and Sofia will eventually move to Meadow Glen 2.0. Where conveniently his teenage baby mama, well, not teenage, she'd be a young adult by now, she would, you know, be there with her child, and then that would come out. So, yeah, Grant is a father, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Cara and Jake don't even know that, like, Grant and Leona slept together, because, like, they got taken in by the police or whatever, because they were out after curfew, and then everybody was asleep except Summer, and you know, messy-ass Summer, so she kind of let it slide or whatever. She was like, okay, I won't tell. So, Cara and Jake don't even know that Grant and Leona were taken in by the police, or that they slept together. That fact was never made apparent to them, which I always found to be quite humorous. So they'll be like, it'd be like, oh, he has a secret daughter with Leona. With who? Him and Leona slept together? You know. But yes, I think it's going to be really great. I cannot wait. And I feel like, Sofia, I really love Sofia. Maybe it's just because she's the daughter of my Kristen and my Alex. But I really love Sofia. I think she's going to be the most iconic love interest of the Parker, Moon, Harmon current households. I don't know, I see big things for her. But yes, I think that's all. I hate to say it, but like Grant and Sofia, they're not really that, like, in depth with drama. They're just kind of living their lives, you know, doing the band, sculpting, painting, you know, shit like that. But, because, you know, they're not having children at the moment. I mean, but it's, so, like, they don't really have a lot of, like, story to explain. But, yeah. So, the next time you see them will be next month, because they will both be at the wedding, which I am thankful to say will be at the Suavadiva Resort. The world, is it Suavadiva? Suvadiva? The Resort World. I already have them debatably in the world. I've been doing their wedding outfits. But, it's going to be so cute. They live at the hotel. I turned the hotel into a residential lot. And so, yeah. You'll see them debatably soon. Because I don't think it'll come out at the end of the month. I think it'll more come out towards the middle of the month. But I think that is going to be all for now. And I'll see you guys next month. Oh my god. I'll see you guys next month. Bye.